Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 21 of the Banter Boyz podcast. I offered myself to do the intro this week because I'm going to be honest, I don't have a lot to say. This weekend, I was a groomsman at a wedding. I watched one half of football. I saw an incredibly physical Erling Haaland goal and watched a great Gigio Donnarumma save on Twitter. That's about all the football I had in me this weekend. So, boys, I'll talk about, I'll say what my scores are, the predictions, but this week the episode falls on your guys' backs. I'm taking a back seat on this one. I'm just
Okay.
here to look pretty.
Okay, we'll do this for you, buddy. We
I
got
take
you.
that all as my team is barely skimming by, and we're barely holding on to a Champions League spot this early in the season. So I'm going to be cute and say that I had a long weekend. But we'll digress and continue.
I don't
All right,
know how that's. I don't know how that you got out of the intro. From the intro, I just heard that JP went to a wedding and he couldn't watch much soccer. That's what I got.
Yeah, a wedding cross country too, not a local wedding.
Most will think that, but
he had
most
to
don't know
fly.
JP like I do.
He had to fly hours.
I'd go ahead and let Wes just let him let stupid shit out of his mouth.
Tucker himself out.
Okay?
Yeah.
I just let the shit fly out of his mouth because it just goes to show how dumb he is.
There's a silent crowd that strongly agrees. But
yeah, they all agree with what I'm saying. Thank you. I see the jokes write themselves. It's incredible.
All right. First game we did was Arsenal versus West Ham.
I can't wait to hear how they did.
We played very well. Declan Rice scored. Nice goal. Didn't celebrate. He usually doesn't play well against West Ham. I wonder if the first couple times he played them, it was weighing on him, but never really had probably his worst game in an Arsenal kit was always against West Ham over the last 2 years, but played great. Sadly, Odegaard got injured, had going to get the ball knee to knee. So we got injured in a third consecutive game that he's played in. First the shoulder, then the same shoulder, and now the knee, which I think is an MCL sprain. So it could be a few weeks. It could be 6 weeks, depending on the grade and how that goes. So he's out.
I think that's a record.
It is.
Premier League. For most Premier League starts while getting subbed out before the halftime.
Yeah, it was 3 consecutive subs before halftime in a row. So that was sucky, but other than that, Saka got a penalty. Thought Gyökeres was going to take it. So I wonder if they're going to kind of switch off or who needs one. But other than that, played well. West Ham didn't really have a chance. I think we actually gave up 0.00 XG against West Ham. So.
Oh gosh! Shut up with the XG.
Try to throw that one out there.
I mentioned XG the fewest, but since the topic is on the table, again, no shock, the best defense in the world. I would like to have gotten 1 or 2 more goals. Yes, because I guess one more extra goal for a 3-0 win rather than a 2-0. But I just think it was a good game that you could have just had a couple extra more in the GD column.
I mean, only 2 against relegation side West Ham.
He said best defense in the world, not best offense in the world.
True.
Yeah,
true. That is true. That's true.
Yeah, we're probably top 5 best offense.
I mean, only 2.
Based on what?
Maybe top 3, to be honest.
Based on how
top 3?
He dipped and he said, "You know
so
what?
It's Madrid, Barcelona, Arsenal."
PSG.
PSG is who's?
No, I probably would only put one of the La Ligas in there, and then
offensively, City is better than you guys. Offensively,
Is that why they finished below us in the league consecutive years and haven't beaten us in 2.5?
Offensively, they're better. I mean, like, you can't think bias.
Is that why offensively we beat them 5-1 last year?
One game. We beat West Ham 5-1. You guys only beat them 2-0. So are we better than you?
No, your defense sucks.
Offensively? No, I'm talking offensively right now.
We
offensively, technically, I just want to say offensively, Chelsea is better because we scored 5 against West Ham. Defensively, sure, you guys can take the flag, take the crown there.
Well, that's a microcosm. You're looking at one game. I'm talking about in the.
Well, you're only talking about one game against
Offensively, Manchester City has 15 goals in the league this season. Arsenal has 14. Therefore, better offensive team. Statistics.
XG.
That's not XG. That's G.
That's G. There you go. Woo!
That's a capital G right there.
Arsenal are second there. Their favorite position.
Yeah.
Nice.
It'd be crazy if you ran into Arsenal at a bar and you were trying to pick her up and you asked her what her favorite position was. Wouldn't be missionary, wouldn't be doggy, it would be second. That is their favorite position.
Kyle, what position are we in?
Uno, señor.
That means first place. Okay.
Uno.
We'll see how long.
I don't think we're giving it up. I generally
we have a comfortable. Our next 4 or 5 are pretty comfortable matches. So, but we need to win them. We need.
And I do genuinely mean that. I just think it's enough of a wide open field. City are not. Like, City have their weaknesses. Chelsea do. Obviously, look at September. Man U is Man U. Nottingham is a question mark. So
won a game in September.
Anyone can pretty much beat anyone.
We won a game in September. I have no idea what you're talking about. The world
have a 3-point lead over City. You don't think you're giving up first place at all for the rest of the season?
The world champs
3 points separate first and fifth.
The English champs.
I know it's a bold claim. I'm not.
Chelsea world
over England.
The world champs beat the English champs. We are just champs. We're dominating countries and Europe. Sorry.
No, but I won't be surprised if we give up first place before the end of the year. But I just think that there's a really interesting moment here where you do look at the next 4 or 5 games for us to put a 4, 5, 6, 7 point lead. You look at where the other top 6 play. All I'm saying is don't be surprised if we're going into like Christmas time and we're up 5 to 6 points and you're like, well, it's so
I wouldn't say it's a walk in the park. You got Fulham at Craven Cottage. You got
Fulham are not even as good as they were last year.
You got Crystal Palace.
Easy.
But that's at home.
You got Burnley. I'll give you guys that one.
Okay, easy.
And Sunderland. So you have 2 easy games in the next 4.
What's the next one?
How is that not 4 easy out of 4? There's
Crystal Palace is a good team.
Crystal Palace is the one difficult.
They lose a game and now everything that's happened is discredited. They lose one game in 16 fucking what is it? 16? What was it? 16?
I'm saying it's going to be the toughest match during that stretch.
No, you just said it was a cakewalk.
I said it was a comfortable. I said it was a comfortable.
We're at home.
I said it was the next few were comfortable.
If we weren't at home, I'd be a bit more. Anyway,
what's the next one after that, Nikos? What was the game after?
It gets really easy in December.
You guys get Tottenham.
Is that at home?
And then after that, it gets real easy.
Bayern.
Well, the Tottenham game at home, me and Wes last night just.
You have 2 London derbies back to back. Technically 3.
Me and Wes put in for the ballot for the Spurs game, so.
Ooh.
We gotta hope. So we'll see.
Go?
Yeah. So the way that Arsenal does it is you pay for the membership, and then you put in basically a lottery, and it's like the window's open for like 4 days, and you put in
tickets, right?
And, yeah, people or like the London Arsenal fans, like they hate it. They're like, "This is so stupid. We have to stop this." But I think a lot of the bigger clubs are going to this because there's so many people from outside the country.
Oh yeah, there's no
wants
good way
to come in.
There's
no good way to get tickets, and this is the way to like you get them to buy your membership, And then if me and Wes are going to go, we're going to buy something there. We're going to spend more money than the fan that lives 2 blocks down the street from the stadium. Obviously, they can go, you know what I mean? So there's definitely more money involved in getting, different fans. But like people have complaining that since they did this, the atmosphere hasn't been as loud. Because if you're going to have me and Wes go, we're not going to know every single song that they sing. You know what I'm saying? Like we're not. So it's like different.
Really.
Am I hearing a nickname coming along? The Empty Ritz?
It's not empty. It's just not loud enough.
I would just like
because we got people from all over the world.
I would like to preface something, and I'm just foreshadowing in the future. If you two go to this game, Kyle, I'm so sorry. I just want to say, I'm not saying sorry because of you guys get to go see your dream team play in London, which is an incredible experience. But if you lose, if you tie, I am going to be absolutely relentless. And maybe I'll start a chat without you, Kyle, because I don't want to ruin your experience. I think that's an incredible moment for you. And I would cheer any of my friends on if they had the opportunity to go to see their clubs play, regardless of win and loss. But if they win, if they lose or draw, it will be heard. It will be heard. Because there's somebody that wanted to make fun of me for going to see my team play, and we drew. And he specifically said, how embarrassing is it that you traveled all the way over to London to go see your team draw? And I just want to say, if you do get to see your team play, it will be bad. I will make TikToks just by myself. I will be the most insufferable piece of shit. And I will mail you stuff. I'll leave packages at your front door. It's going to be a fucking... And Kyle, I'm so sorry. I'll send you flowers. An edible arrangement. Do you like?
Yeah, I'll do an edible arrangement. If I could, Wes has been to a game. I've never been. If I could choose any game, and I don't care if we win, lose, or draw, going to a London derby against Spurs, like to be your first match, it'd be like to go see City versus United. Like obviously that would be the derby you wanted. You know what I mean? Like that's just
100%
special. So I'm excited. We'll see what happens.
Amazing experience, no matter what the result of the game is.
Oh, that's weird because you didn't say that. You didn't say that. No, you didn't say that. That's
unless you're Nico.
That's crazy. No, that's crazy. You're changing the narrative. You're changing. Let's go back a few episodes, maybe like 15 episodes, and let's go back to when you said that it was completely embarrassing and not at all exciting that I went there. So you can't change your narrative now.
Embarrassing.
No, we cannot change your narrative now.
Still exciting.
No, you would have said that. You should have said that. You should have said, it's really good that you went there. By the way, embarrassing they lost. No, you said you are a fool for traveling across the country to go see your team play and fucking lose. As if, fuck me. Let's not go watch my team play. Word for word. So let it be known, I will be insufferable. I'm warning everybody. Except for Kyle. Kyle, I'll send you chalky covered strawberries. I apologize if it doesn't go your way.
All right, Wes, we might want to make sure we go to like the Burnley or the Sunderland game now. Just
give yourself no chance. No chance.
I'm fine with that, Nikos, as long as you don't mind looking up in the standings to do it.
Brother, you guys have been in first place for like 2 days. Calm down.
Oh man, that was really funny. So we'll move on to the next one. United versus Sunderland.
Yes,
Yeah.
They finally did it. They did it.
Of course, I'm playing Nick, who decided to draft half of the United team in fantasy when they finally score and play. I was watching with Canna, and I said, "Well, this is what happens when they play someone on their level." And he was like, "You're not wrong. We might be a championship team."
Well, Sesko finally ended its drought.
Yeah.
So that's cool. We're missing a vital thing in all of these. Our predictions from last year.
Oh, sorry. Yes. So
last week, not last year. I'm so sorry. Last
Arsenal,
week.
West Ham. We all got a point because we all guessed an Arsenal win. I got 2 points for guessing the 2-0.
Nice.
And then for United Sunderland, Wes and Nikos predicted a United win, so they each got a point.
Good job, Wesley.
On that.
You did 3-1 United, and Nikos was 2-1.
I can't believe that they kept a clean sheet. I can't believe they kept a clean sheet. I know it was
shocking.
Sunderland, but Sunderland
Yeah.
have been the best promoted team.
I'm just realizing something. The next prediction. And I am so fucking pissed off about this. What's the next game?
Next game is Chelsea versus Liverpool.
Beef about it.
Which before we get to the game, I made a chat with me, Wes, and Nikos because I found a hilarious Instagram meme. It was just like a stupid video of somebody crying, and they were like, "Come on, please!" And it was like the Arsenal fan was telling the Chelsea fan, "Please, for us, please do it."
Being in a group chat with both Kyle and Wes is kind of like my sleep paralysis demon. I don't like that. And I couldn't escape. I tried to escape, actually. I went to go leave the chat, but apparently if it's a group chat of 3, you can't leave the conversation. So I was trapped there, and all I wanted to do was leave. And then Kyle sent in Arsenal memes, and then Wes is insufferable, so he said something. I don't remember.
I said one thing, which was, "Thank you, Nikos."
And I didn't respond because, of course, he said thank you after Chelsea wins to send Arsenal to first place. So, whatever. I was trying to leave the conversation, but for anyone that has iPhones, you can't leave a group chat of 3 people because I tried.
JP, we need to start one with Yumi and fucking Canna.
Why?
Just so we can't.
I don't want to be in any more group chats with you than I have to be.
So anyways, the game.
I'm in a fantasy league one, a podcast one, a pro clubs one.
There's so many.
3 is my limit.
There's so many.
2 is my limit. 3's stretching me.
So Chelsea, Liverpool. I mean, God, what? Anyways, Chelsea, Liverpool. What a game that was. Honestly, it was back. It was back and forth. The energy at the bridge was awesome. We're still without Cole Palmer, our main lad, ice cold brother there, and we still beat the English champions of the world. I don't know where I'm getting at, but I think it was a really good game. I think a lot of shines of a lot of talent was kind of shown. I think William Esteval is kind of he's the real deal. For 18 years old, I mean, he came off the bench, made a huge difference. Cucurella, I know Wes doesn't agree with this. I still think he's one of the best left backs in the world, and he showed it with going down the line and getting a beautiful assist to Esteval, and you can't deny it. I don't know. I think we looked good. Our defense is weak as always. We are on a red card streak. Maresca got one for celebrating. Hell yeah. 2-1 win.
Disciplinary problems at Chelsea?
Well, yeah, probably. But I'm not afraid to deny it. I would say that Maresca.
They probably have a worse disciplinary issue than Arsenal do.
Yeah, but also, we're not unrealistic babies. And I think every Chelsea fan and myself could be like, yeah, that was a red card.
Now it's okay to have disciplinary issues where
no,
before
did I sit here and say that? No.
It's like the reason why you dislike Arteta, because he can't control his emotions or something.
No, because a lot of Arteta's emotions are excuses. Post interview, everyone hates us, red cards, blah, blah, blah. Now, and then that entices the fans to also go, the world hates us, the refs hates us, the league hates us, my fucking family hates me. That's what's happening when Arsenal and the tone gets set from the top. But I don't think anyone in the Chelsea world looked at any of the red cards that we got in the past few weeks and said, oh, the refs hate us. That's the reason. Yeah, the world is out to get us. No, we have an inexperienced problem where a lot of our young players are getting red cards or making bad decisions where we look at it and say, yeah, that was a bad decision. Not, player kicked the ball away and got a second yellow card when kicking the ball away gets you a yellow card. The world hates us. Nope, that's a yellow card. Unfortunately, you have to kind of just own up to what's happening. You have to be like, yeah, it happened. We can't really come up with excuses other than They need to not do that, and we need to mature as a team and learn that when it's 3 minutes into a game, you don't get a red card. Maresca getting a red card for celebrating on a last minute winner against the debatably best team in the Premier League. Yeah, fuck it. Give him the red card. Debatable. I'll take a red too. Celebrating with your team in a last minute winner at home is unbelievable. That's a manager's manager, you know, like that's a player's manager right there. So I don't know.
My only statement is just it'll be a level playing field when one of your players rolls the ball over like 12 more pieces of grass
Well,
to then get a red.
If he wasn't supposed to do it, I'd be like, damn, why'd he do that? See, I think that's the mentality shift. Is like when a player of your team does something that they shouldn't have done.
Much worse. There's been much worse that people have
It's
not
the
gotten cards
it's
for.
the accountability piece. You got to be like, damn, why did he do that? Other than no, why does everyone hate us?
The accountability is that
he did that.
Some of the Reds
player
last
kicked
year
the ball at his foot, so he moved it out of the way because he threw the
But
ball.
that's also we see this in football all the time, like American football, and also even in soccer. We see retaliations. People all game are there to poke your buttons. All their main point is to get you that flag, to get you a red card, and guess what is almost seen every single time? It's the retaliation. Not the original thing that happened. It's sure someone threw a ball at him. It's the retaliation that gets you in trouble. It's the retaliation that gets you the red card. It's the retaliation that gets you the 15-yard unnecessary roughness.
If he turned
unless you're playing against Arsenal when Trossard throws a ball off Bernardo Silva's nuts, and there's no card for that, even when he's on a yellow already.
All I'm trying to say is,
the refs are always against us, except that time.
No,
all I'm trying to say is the red cards that we got were all deserved. And sure, is there a maturity problem there? It could be. But I don't think that's coming from the coach. I think that's a player inexperience. We have a weak defense. And I think everyone knows that.
And
because
yeah,
you talk to him?
No, he's been saying this all season, Wes. They have a young back line that's inexperienced and immature. He said that's been to be their weakness, and that's been their weakness.
Like it's on the responsibility
you guys won't
of the
admit
coach.
you have a disciplinary problem.
That's
it is the responsibility of the coach, but everyone's inexperienced, so yeah, there are going to be bumps in the road.
We have
you guys
the youngest
refuse
team.
to say that there's a disciplinary problem. Like this is a horse that's been beaten every single week.
No, most of our red cards last year were red cards. There were a healthy handful that were not in line with what the rest of the league sees.
I think we started like note tabs because of this, because of every time you guys got a red card, you didn't agree with it. And now you can come here a year later. You can come here a year later and finally say that every red card was deserved. No,
There's two last year. There's two last year that still tick me off that shouldn't have been reds, but like all the Skelly ones, like him just being young and being aggressive defensively at 17, like yeah, those were second yellows and reds last year. Like you said, he's young, he's trying to make a name for himself, trying to stay in that team sheet, you know, wants to play for his country, like obviously, but there's two last year that I'm still think about. Just like the David Luiz one, that red from years ago. That was so funny. I think about that one too a lot.
But yeah, so exciting game. You know, a good win to, I think, turn the season around for us. I think we were struggling for a few weeks, and I think this was a commanding win to kind of maybe shift the tides a bit. So
what about Garnacho?
I think he looked decent. I mean,
I think everyone keeps really good.
Everyone keeps on yelling about diving and shit like that.
He definitely dove a few times, but take that out of the equation. Played really well.
Yeah, I think he played well.
Yellow card for simulation.
Did you not think he played well, Wes? Or did you not watch?
I know that the narrative that loves to be pushed on me is that I don't watch other games, but I did watch.
And how do you think he played?
I think he had maybe a handful of like, okay, that's what you're supposed to do, or that was a good move. But to me, there were more moments where it's like, that's not what you should be doing. So
always the pessimist, never the optimist. I think he did good. I think everyone can agree that he had a good game.
Falsify that if you need to, but again,
unfortunately, I can't agree. I didn't watch.
I think you guys
And that's
made
okay. I
a
respect that.
made a
I
bad
respect
move
that you're
with
not
the
making
Manu jump.
just a make believe narrative because you're biased of some sort, and I respect that. Kyle, an Arsenal fan, said that he played well,
I think he played very well. Played very
and that's
well.
wow. That's thank you for that. I think
yeah.
I don't take players diving as playing well.
Oh baby, you got a few divers on your team if we want to talk about it, but we can get into that if you want. Should I bring up
Moving
Arsenal?
on.
Sorry, yes,
Not
JP.
really.
What was the next game? Gabriel. Next game.
Brentford versus City.
Oof.
I saw an
Great.
incredibly physical Holland goal.
Great. That was like
saw-
the Holland goal. Like, you know what I mean?
And
It was.
Which, watching that while currently owning Erling Haaland in FC 26 made it feel a little bit more special. I felt like I had a little skin in the game. Like, that's my guy.
you have a Holland card?
Dude, I packed the Holland this weekend.
That is crazy. I also packed a Holland this weekend.
Oh my god.
And I'm still Hollandless. I'm still Hollandless. But what I loved was, what's his name? Vanderberg, the defender.
Yeah.
Like Holland said, first 5 minutes he came out there, he was pushing me, he was shoving me, and he was like, all right, like, let's go. And immediately he goes and wins a physical one-on-one battle with him, just shielding the defender off the ball for, what was it, 15 yards, and then
Yeah.
scores. Like, and then, that shows up as a goal that if this is the 6th, he scored from here, and it's like, oh, Holland the tap-in merchant, because all we do is look at the sheet. Like, meanwhile, like, that's a great goal.
Great goal. Absolutely
That's
great
a
goal.
great goal. And
Only
I saw Rodri come off the pitch injured. Little
Yep.
hamstring issue. One of the things you're going to expect after an ACL is some hamstring issues.
yeah.
So he's not playing for Spain in the international break. And then I saw a great Donnarumma one-on-one save.
Yep.
Tough ball Guardiola tried to clear with his head that he just misjudged, and instead of hitting it forward, it went off his head backwards.
Yeah, it skimmed it.
Gave him a one-on-one Donnarumma. Like, that's why we got Donnarumma for situations like that. Because I love Ederson, but Ederson's getting a red card in that situation. Ederson's coming out of the box and he's
doing
taking
a
out
Mortal
strike.
Kombat scissor kick.
Yeah, Ederson is a jiu-jitsu guy. Like, that guy is getting tapped out if Eddie's on the field. And one more exciting thing I had from that was, then all of a sudden, Trent gets pulled out of the England squad. Good old Nico O'Reilly gets the call up, his first English cap. So things are moving in a positive direction for Manchester City.
I will say that is only because Reece James pulled out.
Or no, it was Reece James. That's right. It was Reece, not Trent.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say Trent got hurt too. I was like, shit.
Trent did get hurt.
Oh,
yeah.
damn.
Trent's hurt too. Yeah.
But yeah, that's right. It was Reece James.
I don't know if you watched the whole game. The only thing
I didn't. Saw the first half.
Me nervous as a City game is like the last quarter. It was like Brentford had it was like, oh shit, okay, nope, oh shit, and it was like Brentford was knocking on the door a little bit at the end. Usually City, like, they don't get those moments if they're like leading in like the 60th minute. City usually shut it down, but that was starting to creep in a little bit. But they held on, so good win.
Yeah, I'm being honest. I watched the first half. That was about it. I maybe got a couple minutes in the second half, and then was on the road doing some more family shit.
What was our predictions? And even to the Chelsea one too.
So Chelsea, Nico's had the correct guess of. Oh no, he guessed Liverpool 2 and Chelsea 1. Almost. But then me and Wes had draws. JP had a 3-0 Liverpool win. So nobody gets any points on that one. And then we all guessed City to win. So we all get a point. But nobody guessed 1-0. We guessed 3-0, 2-0. And Wes and Nico's both said 3-1. And then the Champions League match that we decided to do, a little surprise one, was Barcelona and PSG. And Again, I did the Nikos. I had the correct score, but wrong team. I did Barcelona 2, PSG 1, and it was the other way around.
I think I said a draw.
I definitely said
Yeah.
PSG, right?
Yeah, you said PSG winning. Yeah, so you got a point on that one, and then me and JP both guessed Barcelona winning. So Nico's got 4, and me and Wes got 3. JP got 2.
What's the updated
And
leaderboard? Am I still in last?
it is me and JP are tied at 18, and you and Wes are tied at 15.
Weren't we tied last week, or was I in last week?
I think you were last.
You're in
Fuck.
last.
Yeah.
Damn it. Climbing the ladder. I'm climbing the ladder.
Hey,
But hey, it's a big turnaround. You were 4 points, 3 points, 2 points, 1 point, and then boom, 4 points again.
We're
Yeah.
back in it. I'm done thinking with my heart.
There you go.
Champions League. Anybody watch? Or I could go through and
I watched quite a bit.
Spurs tied with Bodo Glimt.
Embarrassing. I cannot
total.
believe it.
Rather.
You can't do that.
I'll be honest, I did hardcore watch these games. Like I put a few parlays in. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
A lot of teams screwed me over, and Tottenham was one of them.
Yeah. Did you take Liverpool over Galatasaray?
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, obviously you would put Liverpool over Galatasaray.
Which we said on this podcast that is not an easy matchup. Galatasaray have a lot of good transfers over the last 2 seasons, and they're not like it's just Galatasaray anymore. Like they got some firepower in that team.
Every game basically went as expected. You know who's the Karabakh?
Yeah,
they're winning. They're beating teams.
Yeah, good for them.
They still need to win like 2 more though to just get to the playoffs.
Can we put a little banter just towards menu and just say Napoli is killing it and Rasmus Højlund, 2 goals and the winner. It's just beautiful. He's scoring nonstop. Like he's scored over the
guy.
It's not only is he scoring, he looks good. It's not that he's just because sometimes it's easier to score in a different league. Okay, but you're watching him and you're like, oh, I would take that guy.
And you know what? on and off the pitch, these guys are looking good. Scotty McTominay,
yeah.
He moves to Napoli. God, his fashion sense is different. He looks he's better now. He's in debates for top player in the world. Like that, I think every person that has a confidence issue needs to go to Man U and then leave.
Yeah.
And then wherever you go, mostly Italy, God, you're gonna be a stud.
You're gonna be so happy.
Good. You're gonna play good. You're gonna to do that. Yes.
I think we missed it, but what was the result of the Man U midweek match?
They won 2-0. Oh, midweek. Oh, I got it. They didn't have one.
Yeah, they were chilling.
I've been waiting for Wes to say the.
I thought Wes was going to say City versus Monaco. What happened with Monaco?
The other day we're going to play clubs, and Wes goes on there, and it sounded like a fake laugh, like a forced, like trying to antagonize me laugh. He's like, "Did I see the City score? They drew Monaco." It's like, yeah, they did. It was a tough one, man. There was that pen at the end of the match was. I'm saying the pen at the end of the match was a little like it's one of those that I don't think you turn over with VAR, which they did. They call a pen for a high boot on a ball that the City player won. That's tough.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's something you overturn on VAR, especially because he won the ball. But I mean, it is what it is.
I think City encountered someone that might have more money, is what happened.
Monaco is one of the richest places in the world, so
they are.
Are they one of the richest owned clubs in the world?
No, just a lot of money up and around.
Yeah, up and around. That doesn't mean
up and around the area.
That doesn't mean the owner of Monaco. Now I gotta do who owns Monaco. Let's see. Dmitry Rybovlev. Good for him.
Net worth?
Russian billionaire Rybolev.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
good
he
for
might
him.
actually have disgusting amount of money.
I mean,
don't
all
think
these
the
guys
Russians
are
disclose.
all these guys are billionaires. But let's
It-
look a little bit into Dimitri.
Yeah, I was watching the
How'd he get his money?
Arsenal Olympiacos match, and it's the same owner that owns Forest, Nottingham Forest. So they're just sitting there, like they showed him. It's like, can you imagine not only owning one team? You're like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna own two of those motherfuckers. Like it's just one dude. It's not like he's like part of a big group where it's like, okay, it makes sense. It's like it's just him hanging out. Like, yeah, honey, what do you want to do? You want to buy another team? Yeah, let's buy another team.
Those are pretty
Yeah, it's
good
like the
clubs
Fenway
to
Sports
own.
Group too.
Yeah,
It's like the Fenway. It's funny. One of my really good friends is a Red Sox fan, and he was telling me the 4 things that he cares about in his life are his family, his girlfriend, the Red Sox, and making money. Those are the only 4 things he cares about. And for about a half hour, he went off about how the Fenway Sports Group spends all this money on Liverpool. They spend all this money on all this shit, but the Red Sox, it's like they just want them to fucking tank. And it like it's true. If you're an owner, like where are you supposed to put your money? Like when do you choose where to put it? Red Sox were a wild card team this year. You think you'd put
Yeah.
some money there? But
Do you guys want to play a quick side game?
sure.
Who wants to guess how Dmitry Rybolev got his money?
Russian oil.
Okay, Russian oil, JP.
Wes, go ahead. I'm still thinking.
Russian gas.
Okay, Russian gas, JP.
I'm going to say heavy metals like steel and aluminum.
Ooh, great
Oh,
guess.
okay, okay.
He has a net worth currently of 6.5 billion. He had 2 companies, which he sold for a net worth of 11.5 billion. I think is what he sold his for whatever in the potash industry. Anyone know what potash industry is?
No.
Oh, potash is
That's
It's
the cousin of Putin.
it's fertilizer.
yes.
Fertilizer producer. He makes fertilizer. Good for him.
Oh, potash.
Oh, did I say it wrong? Is that why you didn't? Is that why you
I
didn't?
think it's potash.
Potash.
I don't know.
Whatever.
That's a lot of money for fertilizer.
That's a lot of money for fertilizer. Yeah, it
That's
just
a lot
says
of fertilizer.
it said Russian fertilizer producer, and I said there's got to be more than that. You know, that must
Yeah.
mean something else. And it was fertilizer.
No, potash is a big industry. I remember an almost client was owned a potash business, and he owned a $40 million airplane.
Oh yeah.
So
All right.
All right, that was my side game.
Wes, you said you had a question for us before we end this episode here.
Oh, I just had a bold statement that had come to my mind.
Okay.
And it's a little premature for me to say this because I haven't done in-depth stats on it other than just the history of the names and stuff. But one of the downfalls, in my opinion, of the English Premier League being the best league in the world, and granted, we weren't alive in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s and weren't really conscious what was going on in the 90s, but for the most part, the English Premier League or the top flight in England has been the best play of football in the world. Because of that, it is 10 times more difficult to win the Ballon d'Or when you are in the English Premier League versus when you are in a different league like Series A, La Liga, League One, Bundesliga. And that's really just my thought. If you look at the last 56 years, there have been 2 people from the English Premier League of top flight who have won. Happens to have been Rodri last year because Spain won the World Cup and oil was struck, and so trophies were won.
they won the Euros. He won the Champions
and-
League. He won the. I mean,
Correct.
Had an
So-
unbeaten run of how long?
So I'm not even like trying to argue against that. I'm just saying that's why that person won. And then you have to go back to 2001 to find the previous. So
I got
all
some
I'm
thoughts.
saying is,
I got some thoughts here.
all I'm saying is, there's a frustration with me that there almost needs to be like when you're a professional diver, you do a certain trick and there's a skill level point multiplier based on the difficulty of that. And to me, the Ballon d'Or doesn't factor that in enough. And then they wonder why Messi, Ronaldo were scoring these that they scored. I think they would have been wildly successful anywhere, but they would not have put up the numbers if they spent more time in the Premier League. And that's a whole other conversation. But my whole point being is it's incredibly difficult to win the Ballon d'Or if you're in the top flight of England.
I think, and this is just us in our era, the Premier League has only gotten this popular in our lifespan. Prior to our lifespan, the prestigious clubs of the world were the Barcelonas, or the Real Madrids, were the Milans, were the, I was looking at some of these, these teams. Like, those were the teams. Those were the prestigious teams when we were kids. When we were young, those were the top teams in the world. Those were everyone's dream teams. Now, we've made the shift to people's dream teams because the last 20-something years, the Premier League has gotten so popular. I think the resurgence, like this, the rise of the Premier League, we watched in our lives, in our time frame. Before that, and even when we were kids, Milan, you could still think of the most popular teams in the world, and I think it's still going to be Barcelona and Real Madrid. And you can ask anyone. I think they're the most popular teams in the world, no matter where you go. They're the most popular. And that goes from when we were kids, because they just owned the 90s, the 80s, the 70s. We can go back and be like, what was the team that everyone went to? Real Madrid. We had Maradona going.
Prior to that, that wasn't the case. Meaning, if you go back to then, like right before we were born in the 90s, you could say, well, Manchester United in the top flight of English was right at the top in the 50s and the 60s after World War II. So yes, it
also
kind of ebbs and flows, and yes, there's been more dollars to the EPL than ever before, but like
I would say the only thing that is harmful, not harmful, but like that hinders this list is we had 13 years of Ronaldo and Messi. And no one, and absolutely no one, can say that anyone was better than those two players in the last 13 years.
Just look at the Champions League numbers. That's
Nobody.
all you have to do.
But if you took those, like for instance, Harry Kane, I think I said this a couple episodes back, is my dark horse to win the Ballon d'Or this year. It's because he's playing in the Bundesliga. If you took Haaland, who scored the most goals in a league season, didn't win the Ballon d'Or, which blows my mind when you do that in the EPL. But if he went and played in a different league, he's probably, instead of scoring 33, he's scoring 41.
50. Yeah.
Look at Jokeres.
He came in second behind Messi because Messi won the World Cup.
Which is
like
Messi shouldn't have won the last one. We can all agree on that.
I do think Haaland should have won it, but it's the Messi bias. Like, they're giving Messi his last Ballon d'Or, and I disagree with it, but
it's bias that started with him being the habitual winner. When, not saying La Liga is a walk in the park, but look at the bottom half of the table in the years that they were excelling, and the teams are like, dude, it's borderline teams that would maybe not even get promoted out of Championship League. So
I agree with Wes. Like, if you just say the year 2000 and now 25 years, the Premier League, that's been the best era of the Premier League, in totality. Like, you had those Manchester United teams and you had no Ballon d'Ors out of there. You know what I mean?
Wild.
Like, crazy.
Out of what teams? Sorry.
Like that Manchester United era of dominance in the Premier League from, say, 2000 to 2025. United owned a fucking giant portion of that. No Ballon d'Ors out of those teams. That's crazy.
I mean,
the Thierry
Ronaldo
Henry,
getting one in 2008.
yeah, wasn't he technically on Real Madrid, or it's like
Then-
that was he moved?
No, he was in Man U, and then right
Okay.
before that it was Kaká, and then the year before that was 2006. So it's a World Cup year, so it usually goes to a World Cup player for winning.
Yeah.
And then before that, I mean, Ronaldinho. I would say Shevchenko. I don't know how. I mean, realistically, I don't know how good he
Yeah.
did that year. But like, you get down to a few of these, and then
yeah,
you're like then you see some of these names, and you're like, yeah, of course, no one was better than that person. Ronaldo in 2002, Nedved.
To me, the trophies, especially on an international basis, are so incredibly overweighted when it comes to the calculations.
Well, I mean, it's the biggest tournament in the world.
It's your chance. It's actually when you're against the entire world. Like the reason Nedved won it over Henry was because Nedved's team and Nedved did better in the Champions League. And like I think Henry should have won, but the reality is Nedved went farther in the tournament and he carried his team. Like it's kind of like an MVP trophy, but like MVP to your team, like the most irreplaceable player on the best team. That's kind of how it ends up getting figured out. And it's not just stats too; it's the eye test. And you know, you can't watch Thierry Henry and say he's a bad baller because he's not. He's one of the best.
I think
we had him in the Mount Rushmore, but like at the end of the day, they put more focus on the competition that's all of Europe because it's an all of Europe trophy.
I think the problem with that is that those other leagues don't have to try as hard on weekends when you know the Champions League is coming up because you're going against a team that would be instantly relegated in the Premier League.
I'm putting a strong debatable there. I think that there are some dark horse teams in these leagues. Yeah, sure. Do we see a history of like?
Just look at the bottom half of each table of La Liga, Serie A, League One, Bundesliga, especially. The teams are so questionable. I mean, they're flopping up and down constantly.
I think it's unfair because we don't watch those leagues. We don't watch those leagues as much as we watch our league, and we know that these teams are dark horses and these are sneaky teams. I mean, I can tell you that my dad watches Napoli almost every week, and there's some teams that like give Napoli a hard time. It's like, oh man, we had a tough game against Udinese, and you're like,
but then why aren't they getting to Europe if they're that decent or sneaky?
What I'm saying is, of course, you can say that about the English Premier League. It's always almost the same 6 teams for the past 20 years. So why aren't we seeing Nottingham Forest in the Champions League? Why aren't we seeing all these teams in the Champions League that are
basically
good?
Did and Nottingham Forest,
but they're not. But they're not there.
So I got a question then. Let's say look forward, and we'll ask the viewers this question. 25 years from now, so from now till 2050, do we think which league gets the most Ballon d'Ors? Do we think the Premier League gets more than whatever they had, 2 over the last 25 years? Do you think we get more than 2? Because now the Premier League is becoming the Super League. If you look at the last 2 summer windows, the Premier League have outspent all the other leagues combined in money. Like the most money is in the Premier League. The best players now, and not just like, oh, we have a few good players. If you just take the top 20 players, almost all of them are playing in the Premier League now.
Yeah, but it's harder to put up good numbers. Like, once again, being in La Liga or, again,
it is.
Harry Kane is a still decent footballer, but you see the numbers he's putting up. He would not be doing that week in, week out.
He did it for almost 10 years in the Premier League.
Kane can come back to the Premier League and still become number 1 Premier League goal scorer of all time. He can still do that.
Yeah, I think we're discrediting him. Like,
I don't deny that either, but
he did all of this on Tottenham.
Goals.
But he was going up against Messi and Ronaldo, and I'm sorry, but Messi and Ronaldo are 2 of the greatest players of all time. Harry Kane is one of the greatest strikers of all time. But all around players, Ronaldo and Messi, at a course of like the last 30 years, okay, maybe R9 too, are like 1A, 1B.
Yeah.
Like there's no one else beating them. And it's hard to say because there aren't two players that are head and shoulders above the rest of the world like Ronaldo and Messi right now. But I mean, like you watch La Liga, you watch Barcelona, like you're telling me a guy like Pedri wouldn't be one of the best, wouldn't be arguably the best midfielder in his league wherever he plays, or Vitinha? Those two guys are incredible.
I don't think there's a big contrast between them being one of the best in the league no matter where they go. I'm just saying that if you look at mainly like with offensive players, if you look at the goals and or assist contributions, I just don't think they're putting up the numbers that they would, mainly on players that are, again, at the Barcelona, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, the Bayern Leverkusen, the Dortmund, like the top, to me, the contrast of the top five in each league to then their other remainings is much greater in La Liga, Bundesliga. Series A, I think, fades a bit more smoothly. But again, to me, it's like that's why Messi had a year where he put up 40 something in just
Scored
La
100
Liga
goals in a calendar
alone.
year.
Yeah.
Right,
Just about.
which is amazing. I'm not I'm not saying that he's not good. I'm just saying he wouldn't have done that if he in the same year you planted him on any team.
Chelsea. Yeah, if he was at Chelsea during that time, would he
Can
have
we just-
scored 100
Yes.
goals in a calendar year?
100%. Can we go back
Totally
and,
not
and
biased.
just go? He's okay. Harry Kane has 280 goals for Tottenham. I'm pretty sure that's the stat right there, or over 280 goals for Tottenham, which is unbelievable. Over 100 goals for Bayern Munich as of September 25th, September 2025. He was the fastest player to reach 100 goals for Bayern. Think of all of the players that have gone through Bayern, and think how crazy that stat is. Harry Kane is a dog.
Goals
right
or
now.
goals and assists?
Goals. Goals. This is a goals.
I
stat.
think. Yeah, I think
He had
that
his 100th goal.
I think that
recently.
I agree. That was kind of what Wes was saying. That like when people leave the Premier League, they always become the best player, or not always, but they become
Yes,
they
correct, so.
elevate. Granit Xhaka went from Arsenal and became the best midfielder the last 2 years. Harry Kane, amazing striker, elevated his game. He scored, you know what I mean, a third of the Spurs goals already in what 2 years compared to how many years he was at Spurs. Like
I
his
don't even
every,
think it's-
Hoyland, McTominay, like a lot of these guys when they leave the Premier League, they elevate. Rafinha went from Leeds. Granted, he was young, but it's like, you leave the Premier League. It's such a tough league that you instantly get elevated to being such a better player because you're
Yeah,
in
but
a
I don't even
lesser
know
league.
if I would say Harry Kane was elevated. If I'm being honest,
Yes.
like
Oh no, I
Ready?
just think he
Well,
could score
City
more.
was
he
trying
goes-
to buy Harry Kane, and the only reason they have Holland is because Levy said no. I mean, they were trying to pay over 100 million for him. Year
Yeah.
later, he goes to Bayern.
So my point exactly that Nikos brought up, it was 104 games to score 100 goals in Bundesliga for him.
Just saying, he's the fastest player to reach 100 goals for Bayern Munich.
Right. So he did that in 104 games. It took him 169 games for him to score 100 at Tottenham. Granted, maybe earlier in his career we're still developing, but to me that's a pretty big contrast. So like I'm
And
saying,
Holland
yes,
scored 100 for City and 105.
what's that?
Holland scored 100 for City in 105 matches.
So, what's your excuse for Holland scoring at the rate that he's scoring at City?
There's no excuse for it. It's just I'm even arguing that I'm surprised he didn't win the Ballon d'Or when he scored the most goals in the EPL.
Yeah, and that just goes down to a World Cup year, and that's unfortunate. I think we all can agree that he probably should have
Yeah,
won that.
and he's screwed because his team's never winning a World Cup.
And
Which
I think
puts him at a backseat this year.
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
Because
yeah, 100%.
Mbappe's got a strong chance to win the World
Huge
Cup.
chance. Huge chance.
Yeah. And he's killing it for Madrid. So we got two guys that are killing it for club, and Holland's not really going to have the chance to kill it for country
Yeah.
And
like
of
Mbappe
course,
will.
Mbappe is going to kill it in La Liga because again, look at the teams. Like
But it's more weight on
will probably
Champions
score.
League than your domestic
He
league.
will probably
It is.
score more goals in La Liga than Holland will score in the EPL.
I don't think he will.
Well, one a
We'll
week,
find
I
out.
don't think is.
Yeah, we'll find out.
We'll find
Well,
out.
thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll be back next week with our previews during the international break for match week 8.
Arsenal are in first place.
Enjoy while it lasts.
All right, peace.
Banter Boyz, let's go. We'll play hard.